Hello there, World of Tankers! Welcome to the channel! I'm of course your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video we are going to be talking about this, the Tier 9 Polish Collector Heavy Tank, the 50 TP prototype. Now getting your hands on this vehicle is actually pretty easy. It does require a bit of effort, but as long as you have a fairly active clan, and as well you are able to platoon with a clanmate, you can pretty easily get your hands on this tank for absolutely free, or drop I would say about 2,000 gold and you'll be able to get your hands on it. Now, the reason I'm making today's specific video is to make a differentiated opinion off of Meadsy's latest video talking about why he thinks this is the worst event to ever come into World of Tanks Blitz. Now listen, I think Meadsy is a fantastic player. I think he's a great person. I mean, I love talking to him all the time. I helped him pick out a computer. But obviously everybody's entitled to their own opinions, as you guys are all in the comments down below. And you'll let me know what you think about this and this video in the comments. But in my personal opinion, I really have to disagree with some of the points he made. And I have to say, as I said originally, that this is, in my opinion, the best event that has ever come out in the game. Sure, it might be a little bit toxic spamming tier 4 vehicles to get Brothers in Arms, but the fact that you can get what is, in my opinion, and I'd be willing to say the best tier 9 currently in the game, is just pretty amazing. I mean, the 50 TP goes quick. It goes 48 kilometers per hour, 440 damage per shot. It's got decent DPM, okay accuracy for the gun that it has, 8 degrees of gun depression, and as well it has fantastic turret armor. You can see here it says base armor is 270 on the front. And well, the stats speak for themselves because this vehicle is currently performing 71% and 3,200 average damage as a tier 9, which is normally more of my like tier 10 statistics like the Progetto here, which it's actually performing better than. So yeah, this is an incredibly strong vehicle, and of course, because it's a collector, I don't know if Wargaming is going to be nerfing it in the future. I guess only time will tell. But for the time being, as I said, this has to be just a fantastic event. I mean, there's two ways of obtaining the vehicle. Now, in Meadsy's video, he said that there's really only one way. You don't need to be in an active clan. All you need to do is have a clanmate and platoon with them. Now, while that is true, I mean, that's what I did when the tank first came out. I platooned with a friend in Void, and we were able to get the tank literally in 3.5 hours. Now, that was very quick grinding, but I'm going to be honest, it took us 85 games of tier 4, and we're both 70%ers. So, if you're playing at tier 4 and you're a 50% or 60%er, obviously there's nothing wrong with the actual win rate you have. It's more to the fact that, yeah, it might take you twice as long or 3 times as long. I mean, for 50%ers, it might take some of you 15 hours if you get some unlucky teams and you're up against other players that are just 60, 70%ers trying to steal kills. I mean, that's one of the issues with this event, is that there's other clans also down at tier 4. And I do think tier 4 is really the best tier to do this in. I mean, tier 7, tier 8 is nice. I mean, that's what Meadsy suggested in his video, but I'm honestly happy that you can play tier 4. And the reasoning behind that is just the fact that I don't want to deal with overpowered platoons. I mean, I don't want to go play tier 7 and deal with a double smasher platoon, or playing tier 8 and deal with a double Progetto 46, WZ-120. I mean, that just sounds like pure toxicity in the finest of forms. Or even at tier 10, I mean, I've seen a couple T-22 platoons, and yeah, it's really not fun to deal with. So it would really take away the enjoyment of higher tiers if they had it at higher tiers, in my opinion. So I'm happy that it's actually down at tier 4, because it's a lot easier for players to grind, and as well, you don't have to deal with double platoons that are just outright broken at higher tiers. Now, the event itself is pretty easy to grind. I mean, I'll get into a replay while I'm talking about it, that way I can talk about the grind itself. But in Meadsy's video, he set out, really, it's a single-person event. And as I said, yeah, that is true. If you wanted to grind it with only another person, you could. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't have the most free time in the world. I mean, Batchat Begins is a fellow YouTuber, and he's a perfect example. He does not have the most free time in the planet. In fact, he's working like a 9-to-5 job every single day until the weekends, which is obviously the average workman's job. And he doesn't have the most free time, and when we are playing together, we're usually not playing World of Tanks Blitz because it's just not a super fun game. It gets me kind of raging. So we decide to play Left 4 Dead 2 or other games that we find a little bit more chilling, like Risk of Rain. So for the most part, the little bit of time we do play in this event, it's a lot easier to actually grind the vehicle because of clan events and clan rewards. Now, if you do your clan rewards correctly and you're in a fairly active clan, you will get 135 clan points every time you claim your weekly rewards from your clan, from doing, obviously, their missions and everything. And judging that the event lasts 3 weeks, that is 3 clan reward claims. So that's 405 ingots right there. Plus, you can get 99 from completing weekly missions, and then add in another 210 for daily missions every day, and you are able to get 714 ingots just by doing clan missions and as well claiming your weekly clan rewards by being in a decently active clan. Now, those 400 points that you get for being in a decently active clan do not require any skill or playing whatsoever, and that's 400 points gone. Now, with those 714, that means all you need is like, what, 270 or something left to get the vehicle? For free, by the way. If you have 700, you can already get the tank, but you can't get it for free. You'd have to pay like 4,000 gold or so. But if you want to get it completely free, all you need to do then is get 7 Brothers in Arms. Now, getting 7 Brothers in Arms is pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, getting 23 might not be the easiest thing on the planet, but really only playing like, what, like 1 or 2 Brothers in Arms every other day, all you need to do is really get 1 every day, and not even 1 every day, because that's 1/3 of the event if you did 1 every day and got 7. So really all you need to do is get 1 Brothers in Arms every 3 days, and you get the vehicle for free if you did your clan mission. So I really have to say that this event's super easy to get your hands on the vehicle. I mean, if you think about it, as long as you're in a decently active clan, or you find a clan that's willing to accept you that's decently active, it's going to be incredibly easy to get your hands on the vehicle. And if you can't find a very active clan, the other nice thing is all you need to do is find a clanmate and platoon with them. For a lot of time, it depends on obviously what skill level or your luck is in game, but for the most part, I mean, you can pretty easily get your hands on the vehicle, and if you can't, then you've got the clan missions and rewards to back you up, and you can get the vehicle for gold. And honestly, for like 20 bucks of gold, it's a fantastic deal at that. As I said, the tank is a fantastic vehicle. So, personally, I really do think that this event is fantastic. Now, the other argument that Mitzi made was onto the fact that players that are only in like tier 4 and tier 5 can actually get the vehicle even though they've never played high tier tanks. And I do sort of agree with that. I mean, at one point, if you've only played tier 4, you've got like, what, 500, 400 games under your belt. Now, if you're only having like 400 games under your belt, the chances of you, first of all, getting put into a very active clan is very low. So at that point, you have to get all 1,000 points of Brothers in Arms to get your hands on the vehicle. Because if you're going to argue that at 700 points they're just going to buy it, then I also could make the argument that they're just going to spend that same 4,500 gold on what would be the Kampf Panzer 70, which normally comes out for like $15 in the store. So that I'm not really going to take as an argument. What I will take is that they try and grind the whole vehicle for 1,000 points. Now, as we said, that's 23 Brothers in Arms. But if you're like a 42%er, you know, tier 4 you might be a 50%er, but tier 4 doesn't really specify skill. Obviously, the higher the tiers you go, the more you actually find out what your skill level is. So, if you're a brand new player to this game, you don't really understand all the mechanics, I find it almost impossible to believe that these types of people are not only A, going to be able to get into a clan and find another player that is their skill level, but B, be able to grind this vehicle for completely free. I just can't imagine that's possible for somebody that is a 42, 43%er that's brand new to the game. I mean, if you're a 60%er in a reroll, I understand. I could do that on my RU account, but then that's not a tier 4 player. That's actually a good player. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But for the most part, I honestly think that if you're a decent player and you have tier 8 plus in this game, you can easily get your hands on the 50 TP prototype. And there's really no argument I can make against it, but that is why I think it's a fantastic event. I mean, if we compare this to other events that have been in the game, what other events have we had? Well, one of them was just playing as many games as you could for the E75 TS. Another one was, like for the T4400 and the Chieftain T95, was trying to get as much damage as you could. Now that one, you really never got the tank. I mean, for the Chieftain T95 event, if you go back on YouTube into the older days and find it, I think you had the average like 29, 3,000 something average damage, and obviously for the average player, that is not easy. So at that point, you have to spend gold to get your hands on that vehicle. This tank, you don't need to. That's the great thing about this. It's not limited to time. You can easily have plenty of time to get this tank. You got obviously 21 days. So I am happy with this event, and that is why, as I've said, I think this is personally the best event Wargaming has ever added into the game. It is power to the players, and you guys can grind the vehicle as easy as you can. I mean, obviously, if you're struggling to grind it, then thankfully you got those clans to back you up. Now, if you're not an active clan and you're also struggling to grind it, then Yeah, I don't know what to do there, but hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Now, obviously, as I said, for any Meatsy fans out there, or anybody that disagrees with my opinion, this is just an opinion. And obviously, many people have opinions. So, if you disagree with mine, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. If you disagree with me, let me know. But that's the nice thing about YouTube. I mean, YouTube is a platform to share your ideas and opinions across the platform. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this video is not hatred in any way, shape, or form against Meatsy. I think he's a great guy. This is just one of those things that I really couldn't agree with because I just can't imagine wanting to grind this vehicle. I mean, the only other way of obtaining this vehicle would be in crates, right? I mean, that's the only way Wargaming would do it. There's no way they give this vehicle out for, the other events. I just see it in crates, and very expensive crates as that. So I'd much rather have it be in an event where people can earn it for free. I mean, this saved me probably $200 compared to what I'd have to drop on crates. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this event. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!